Let's be honest, almost every organization has a business continuity plan. You know, that binder sitting on a shelf or a file buried on a server. But how many of us can confidently say it'll actually work when things go sideways? Well, in this explainer, we're going to explore how to take that document from just a theory to a strategy you can really count on.
And for those of you following along, welcome back. This is part 7 of our deep dive into the AI-enabled Business Continuity and Disaster Recovery Implementation Guide from Virtualization Options LLC. This one is really geared towards IT managers and senior management as we're jumping right into Chapter 7, Testing, Validation, and Continuous Improvement.
You know, the report kicks this chapter off with a statement that it hits you right between the eyes. A BC/DR plan that hasn't been tested is merely theoretical. Think about that. A plan on paper is just an assumption, right? It's a hypothesis. The only question that truly matters is, will it work when everything is on the line?
So let's just start right there. Think about your organization's plan for a second. Is it a proven capability, or is it just a really well-written theory? Because the gap between those two things, well, that's where some massive risks can hide in plain sight.
And these aren't just, abstract ideas. These are the exact landmines that companies step on in the middle of a real crisis. We're talking about procedures with huge steps missing, contact lists from 3 years ago, or forgotten dependencies that bring the whole recovery chain crashing down. These are the unchecked assumptions that can turn a manageable disruption into a total catastrophe.
So how do we fix this? How do we get ahead of it? Well, we have to move from just assuming it works to knowing it works. And that happens through rigorous, comprehensive validation. This is way more than just running a simple drill. It's about building a whole framework for creating genuine confidence in your ability to recover.
This slide here, it gets at a really crucial shift in mindset. The whole point of testing isn't just to find out what's broken and tick a box for the auditors. The real purpose is strategic. It's about systematically strengthening your organization's ability to handle a hit, building both the muscle memory for your teams and true foundational resilience.
And the payoff for the business? It's huge. You actually validate that your plan works. You proactively find those hidden gaps before a crisis finds them for you. And maybe most importantly, you give your teams priceless, hands-on training in a controlled setting. The result of all that? Real earned confidence from the board, from your customers, and from your regulators. Okay, but for any of this to really resonate with senior management, you have to measure it. It's that old saying, right? What gets measured gets managed. If you can't put numbers to your recovery capability, you can't effectively manage it or make it better. So what are the key things we should be tracking?
The source report really breaks success down into 2 big categories, which you can see in the 2 columns here. On the left, you've got your recovery time metrics. This is all about speed. How fast do we detect the failure, activate the plan, and restore the systems? But speed isn't everything. Over on the right, you have recovery quality metrics. This is about effectiveness. Did we meet our recovery point objective? That target for how much data we can afford to lose? Are all the systems 100% functional? A truly successful test has to deliver on both speed and quality.
All right, now this is where things get really, really interesting. This is the game changer. We've been talking about testing, which is great, but now let's talk about what happens when you inject AI into that process. This is how you evolve from just doing periodic tests to creating a continuous feedback loop that makes your entire system smarter and more resilient over time.
So here's how this AI-powered cycle actually works. Instead of just looking at one test in isolation, the AI is constantly analyzing data across all your tests and real incidents, and it starts spotting patterns a human might totally miss. This lets it identify common, recurring points of failure. And here's the magic step. It moves from being reactive to being predictive, flagging systems that are likely to fail in the future. And finally, it doesn't just point out problems. It recommends concrete, preventative actions to fix those weaknesses before they ever cause an outage.
Now, the engine driving all of this is something we're all familiar with, root cause analysis. But AI just puts this process on steroids. Instead of just looking at the immediate cause of a single test failure, AI can correlate data from dozens of events to find deeper, systemic issues. Things like a specific type of misconfiguration that keeps popping up across different teams, or a subtle software bug that only shows up under a very unique set of conditions.
And that right there, that is the ultimate takeaway. With AI in the mix, a failed test isn't just a failure anymore. An outage isn't just a fire you have to put out. Every single one of these events becomes a rich data point. It's a learning opportunity that feeds back into the system, making the entire organization incrementally stronger, smarter, and more resilient.
So this all leads us to one final and I think really critical question you need to ask your organization. Is your goal simply to recover from failure, or is it to build a truly resilient organization that learns, that adapts, and that actually prevents failures from happening in the first place? As this report makes crystal clear, the tools to make that leap are finally here.